I think it's Fort Walton, it might be Pensacola. It's just a town that's not here. Liam Ulrich, everyone!
Liam, have my babies.
Maybe someday, Mike. I don't want kids. I'll just punch you right in the fucking gut, man. Throw you down a flight of stairs. That'd be a lot of effort on my part. Probably have to grease you up and dawn first. That is not how I intended on starting this. There was a couple of things I wanted to say, but now that really just threw me through a tizzy there. But, well, I guess we'll just move right into it. A good euphemism for suicide is playing Frogger in the streets. I'm always shooting for that high score. Speaking of suicide, I live with a combat vet. My uncle was in the Navy. He was a commando. He wasn't a SEAL, but I like to use commando as like a derogatory term because no one calls themselves that. And I like to fuck with him when he pisses me off. Like he'll like get drunk and fall asleep on the couch. And like last person you should ever fuck with in their sleep, I just throw a blanket over him and run away. Next thing you know, he's waking up like, ah! Or he's just curled up under a blanket like a big old baby full of steroids. But yeah, as you already gathered, I've got creepy uncles. But like they never touched me, so I feel like that's kind of a win. Like I feel like I made it through my childhood pretty unscathed because like I never got molested. Which is more than any of my ex-girlfriends could say. Yeah. Closest I ever got, my mom kissed me on the neck when she was real drunk, and she was a very affectionate person. And I got pushed her away and was like, "Oh, don't do that." She was like, "Why not?" Because I don't want to tell you that's one of my sweet spots. But yeah, Julia, I know you got your mom here. That's cool. Mine won't be here tonight. She won't be at any of my mics. She's dead. So whenever, like, in the unlikely event that I do get intimate with a woman and she kisses my neck, now, like, I just get really sad and really hard. Yeah. Enjoy it while you got it. It is hard. I find it important when your mom's dead, because like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Everything's all step fantasy these days. So like halfway through the video, and the guy's like, "Oh, mommy, yeah," I'm just like, must be nice. Something I intended on saying to that. Now I don't remember.
What?
I mean, not that it stops me, but you know. Gotta get off somehow. What the fuck else am I gonna talk about? So I work at a German restaurant, and that's pretty weird. I just hear like a bunch of German women just screaming at each other like crows all the time. If you ever heard the German language, it's like, "Ich bin dein Freund." That just means you're my friend. But like on weekends, I gotta wear lederhosen, which like, just imagine how good this looks in lederhosen, ladies. And like, it was like the second time that I donned the hosen, and like, those bitches are heavy. That shit's like 100% suede. Yeah, when you're running around serving beers all night, it's disgusting. But yeah, it was like the second time I'd worn the hosen, and like they were like sagging like a German teenage gangbanger. And like one of the ladies that I work with, which like picture like the epitome stereotype of short, stout German villainesses with like just constant resting bitch face. That's her. she just walks right up to me and is like, Juan's wife?
Yeah.
You were shaking your head. But like, she comes up to me, she's like, what is wrong with your trousers? I wasn't raised wearing this shit. It's like, we've got our own like washer and dryer in the back, so she bends me over and starts like working the business, and I'm like, no, please, I'm just a boy! And like, finally she finishes up and it's like, nice and fit. She like smacks my ass and is like, yeah, now just tell me if you have to take a shit. Yes, ma'am. Never been so terrified and aroused in my whole life. You know, Malcolm, I got hate crimed once. Yeah. I will, yeah. So I used to work at Starbucks, and I'll let you finish. So I worked at Starbucks many a moon ago, like 6 months ago. But we used to have like 40-year-old paper boys, right? They used to like deliver the news, and we had like this like 40-something-year-old black guy, and like every paper boy we had was just the most bitter, miserable fuck. Which I guess if you're in your 40s delivering newspapers, you're probably not doing that great in your life. But I walked across the street to the Tom Thumb that was right next, and to go grab a pack of smokes. And while I'm walking back, he's trying to like floor it in reverse, and I'm right behind his car, and I dodge, and I'm like, whoa, motherfucker. And I keep walking, and he screams from out the window, stay out the motherfucking street and watch your mouth, faggot. And I thought, wait a minute, I'm in a parking lot, and I'm white. You know how many of my friends have called me a faggot? Like, fuck, my whole family. But, so Russ, I feel your pain. But as a straight man, I felt accosted in some way. Nothing I could have done about it, though. I quit Starbucks like 3 weeks later. No, couldn't even press charges. So I'll leave you guys on that.
Liam Ulrich, everyone! I think it's great that you felt Russ's pain, because I didn't know you were a power bottom, too.
Always. I reverse roles.
Wow. That's a lie. Have you been here for the last 2 fucking hours? Like, really? Like, Jesus Christ. What? It gets old? Yes, I am a power bottom. I identify as a flamboyant gay man, okay? All right? You know that. And, Liam, your uncle's totally touched me.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dirty pirate hooker. My uncle, not you.
Oh,
he was in the Navy.
But no, I'm kidding. I never got molested, guys. It's just another way I wasn't good enough.